Badge of truth. The gleaming glass doors of Pinnacle Boutique parted with a soft hiss as Commander Amara Okafor stepped inside. The cool air conditioning was a welcome relief from the scorching summer heat outside. Amara ran her fingers through her short, neatly trimmed hair and adjusted the strap of her designer handbag, a rare splurge she'd allowed herself after leading a successful hostage rescue operation last month. "Good afternoon," she said with a nod to the security guard near the entrance. The man barely acknowledged her, his eyes tracking her movements as she browsed through the elegant displays of silk scarves and leather goods. Amara felt the familiar weight of unwanted attention, a sensation that followed her through many high-end establishments despite her tailored blazer and pressed slacks. After 12 years in law enforcement and 3 as the youngest SWAT commander in the department's history, she recognized the look. But today was her day off, and she refused to let anything spoil it. Her nephew's birthday was tomorrow, and she was determined to find the perfect gift. Amara selected a sleek watch with a leather band, perfect for a teenager entering high school, when a firm hand gripped her shoulder. "Excuse me, ma'am. Need to check what you put in your bag," barked the security guard, his radio crackling. 2 more guards appeared, blocking her path to the register. "There must be some mistake." "I haven't," Amara began, but was cut off by the arrival of a uniformed police officer, a stocky man with a crew cut and cold eyes. His nameplate read, "Dawson." "What seems to be the problem?" Officer Dawson asked, addressing only the security guards. "Caught her slipping merchandise into that fancy bag," the guard declared, pointing accusingly. "Been watching her since she walked in. Acting suspicious." "I did no such thing." Amara protested, maintaining her composure despite the humiliation burning in her chest. The growing crowd of onlookers made her stomach twist. Dawson smirked. "They all say that. Empty the bag, now. Hands where I can see them." "Officer, I am reaching for my identification," Amara stated clearly, her training kicking in as she moved slowly. "Did I say reach for anything?" Dawson snapped, hand moving to his holster. "How'd you afford that bag anyway?" "Probably with 5-finger discounts all over town." "I am a police." "Sure you are," Dawson laughed cruelly. "And I'm the Tooth Fairy." "Listen, sweetheart, this store is too expensive for, well, let's just say people from your neighborhood. That watch costs more than you make in a month." The store manager approached, nervously wringing his hands. "Officer, perhaps we should move this to the back office?" "No need. Cuff her first, questions later. These people only understand one language." Dawson roughly grabbed Amara's wrist, twisting it unnecessarily. Amara's jaw tightened. "You're making a serious mistake." "Save it for the judge," Dawson sneered. "I've dealt with your kind before." "Dawson. What the hell is going on here?" A deep voice cut through the commotion. Captain Reynolds, broad-shouldered and silver-haired, pushed through the gathering crowd. Dawson straightened immediately. "Sir, just apprehending a shoplifter. Security called it in." Reynolds froze when he saw who was being detained. His eyes widened in recognition. "Commander Okafor," he said, disbelief coloring his voice. "Hello, Captain," Amara replied calmly, though her eyes blazed. "Interesting day off I'm having." Dawson's face drained of color. "Commander?" "Release her immediately," Reynolds ordered, his voice sharp as steel. "That's SWAT Commander Okafor, your superior officer, you imbecile." The handcuffs fell away. Murmurs rippled through the stunned onlookers as Reynolds placed himself between Amara and Dawson. "Ma'am, I had no idea," Dawson stammered, sweat beading on his forehead. "Clearly," Amara said, rubbing her wrist where the cuffs had bitten into her skin. Amara reached into her bag and pulled out her badge and ID card. The gold emblem caught the light as she held it up for everyone to see. "Commander Amara Okafor, Special Weapons and Tactics Division," she announced, her voice carrying throughout the now silent store. "I lead the team that rescued those hostages at First National Bank last month. The operation was on every news channel." "Perhaps you missed it, Officer Dawson." The security guard who had first approached her backed away, stammering apologies. The store manager looked like he might faint. The store's security cameras will have recorded this entire interaction, Amara continued, addressing the room at large. Including Officer Dawson's comments about my kind and assumptions about what I can afford. Captain Reynolds, I'd like to request those tapes as evidence. Reynolds nodded grimly. Consider it done, Commander. A young woman stepped forward from the crowd, holding up her phone. I recorded everything too, ma'am. The way he treated you was disgusting. I have it all right here. Several other customers murmured in agreement, some holding up their own phones. This isn't an isolated incident, Amara stated firmly. The difference is that today, you picked the wrong target. How many others have you humiliated who didn't have a badge to protect them? How many other black shoppers have been followed, harassed, and wrongfully accused in this store? The manager wiped his brow nervously. Commander, please understand. No, you understand, Amara interrupted, her voice controlled but powerful. This stops today. The manager's shoulders slumped in defeat. You're absolutely right, Commander. On behalf of Pinnacle Boutique, I offer my sincerest apologies. This is not who we aim to be. He turned to the security team. All of you, in my office. Now. Captain Reynolds placed a firm hand on Officer Dawson's shoulder. Your badge and gun, officer. Sir, please, Dawson pleaded, his arrogance evaporated. That's an order. You're suspended pending full investigation. Racial profiling violates department policy and everything we stand for. Reynolds' face was grim. Commander Okafor is one of our finest officers. If you'd bothered to listen instead of making assumptions, you might have learned something. The crowd applauded as Reynolds escorted Dawson out. The manager approached Amara again, holding the watch she'd been examining. Please accept this as a gift for your nephew, Commander. And know that we will be implementing immediate training for all staff. What happened today will never happen again. Outside, the late afternoon sun painted the sky in hues of orange and purple. Amara gazed at the watch box in her hand, thinking of her nephew's face when he would open it tomorrow. You handled that with extraordinary dignity, Captain Reynolds said, joining her on the sidewalk. Amara nodded thoughtfully. My badge protected me today. But what about those without one? Your actions will help them too, Reynolds replied. The department's launching a full review of Dawson's past arrests. The store's implementing new policies. Change ripples outward. Amara watched a young black couple enter the boutique, walking tall without suspicious eyes following them, at least for today. Progress comes one moment at a time, she said with quiet determination. And I'll be there for every one of those moments, badge or no badge. The fight continues, but today, justice won.